In today's program, the Danube will be safer. How did the first Ukrainian-Romanian exercise, Riverine-2018, go? Magic on the border. A Moldovan citizen challenged David Copperfield himself. Echoes of Mundial. How yesterday's FIFA World Cup football fans are turning into illegal migrants. Rescue operations, landing of inspection teams, and maneuvering in the conditions of river navigation. All tactical elements are according to NATO standards. For 3 days, the ships and boats of the Naval Forces of Ukraine, the Maritime Border Guard Service of Ukraine, and the Border Police of Romania were training board to board to conduct joint operations ensuring the safety of civilian shipping. The Ukrainian-Romanian exercise Riverine-2018 was conducted on the Danube River from the Ukrainian port city of Izmail to the Romanian port Brăila. For the city of Izmail, as a major factor in our country's stability, this is very important. This is an indicator of the high level of trust between our two countries. Border ships and boats patrol the Danube River on a regular basis. While the deep river is not always calm, the border guards had to work together with their colleagues in such a framework for the first time that during maneuvers, fishing and navigation in the area did not stop, and all participants had to act in a real situation.
Особливостями цього навчання є те, що вони проводяться на річковій ділянці.
The peculiarity of this exercise is that it is carried out on the river section of the Danube, where constrained navigation conditions require in turn crews of ships to perform more detailed and thorough tasks to ensure navigation safety.
Виконання завдань по забезпеченню навігаційної безпеки плавання.
The organizers of these exercises gave a positive assessment of the level of preparation and interaction of the exercise participants. Most likely, this practice will be continued next year. And in the end, according to the old maritime tradition, all ships and boats passed on opposite courses with personnel on the deck and their sirens turned off. What is interesting about the border guard service at the checkpoint? Daily communication with people, non-standard situations, and rather amusing incidents. Sometimes things that happen here are so fantastic that you involuntarily believe in magic. If the border guards of the Bachevsk checkpoint in the Sumy Oblast had not filmed this incident, no one would have believed it. Do not try to do it yourself. Having defied the laws of physics, a Moldovan citizen suddenly materialized in the trunk of a car. Thus, he was trying to illegally make his way into Ukraine. Interestingly, the day before he had already tried to cross the Ukrainian-Russian border at the same checkpoint. However, the attempt ended with a ban on entering our country for 3 years. Probably later, the man turned to his countrymen, and at the same time to supernatural forces. As we see, the Moldovan was unable to convince the Ukrainian border guards. As a result, administrative measures will be applied to the offender. Now he is looking at the extension of the ban on entry into Ukraine for a period of as much as 10 years. As for the driver accomplice, the border guards handed him over to the police, so a miracle did not happen. This is Kharkiv, a city of industrial enterprises and students. It has the largest square in Europe, and the names of as many as 3 Nobel laureates are associated with the local university. Moreover, the Barbershop market is located here, providing jobs to thousands of citizens. Among them are many foreigners. The distance from the border with Russia is less than 40 kilometers. It seems that it's very easy to fly under the radar in this metropolis, with a population of 2 million. 30 Vietnamese citizens were counting on this, but were detained in the inner suburbs of Kharkiv by border guards and police officers. And that happened just in time. An hour later, the organizers of the planned exchange deal were about to shuffle off the group of illegal migrants from Vietnam to the western border of Ukraine, and from there further on to the European Union. There were 17 women and 13 men, mostly young people aged 18 to 25 years. All of them ended up in Ukraine from Russia. Investigation bodies will determine how exactly this happened. There are many options because the Kremlin is quite lenient when it comes to issuing tourist and student visas to foreign citizens. They are well aware of the fact that some of these immigrants will not stay in Russia for long. Their dream is Western Europe, and the way there passes through Ukraine. This reason is enough for the Kremlin to annoy its neighboring country and intractable Europeans. This summer, potential illegal migrants received certain additional privileges. During the World Cup in the Russian Federation, a simplified system was especially introduced for foreigners. Unfortunately, many of those who exercised this right to attend the football matches in fact were harboring quite different plans, and these were potential illegal migrants. You purchase such a document and no longer need a visa. It is not surprising that there was a long line of people among the ID card holders that had absolutely no interest in football. For example, these 12 residents of Pakistan and Bangladesh. They were detained in one of the bedroom districts of Kiev. These illegal migrants were discovered by the police and immigration officers. The so-called guests confessed that they were brought to Ukraine from Russia. Each of them paid intermediaries from 10 to 12,000 US dollars for their transit to Western Europe. Now, the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine is actively identifying both the channels for the transfer of such illegal migrants and, in fact, the illegal migrants themselves. At the moment, the border guards have already uncovered 12 such groups of illegal migrants. The total number is 93 people. For the most part, they are migrants from Vietnam, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. According to the official data of Gross Tourism, more than 840,000 illegal migrants from foreign countries received the football fan ID card. So be prepared. We will hear the echoes of Mundial more than once. Watch next, PP Facts with a Secret, another know-how of cigarette smugglers. New shoemaker at the border checkpoints, when barriers are not a hindrance. Foreign countries are urgently in need of Ukrainian toilet paper. Those who decided to look into this container probably got such an impression. According to the documents, this product of daily consumption was transported not just to some unknown place, but to Israel. The consignor is a Chernivtsi company that registered these goods at the Chernivtsi customs office and sent them to Odessa for further shipment by sea to Israel. Domestic manufacturers hitched on quite happily. After all, is it possible that our former countrymen so early missed the gawky grey rolls of toilet paper of their youth? Maybe they're very nostalgic with an aching heart and soul, but let's not jump to conclusions. The toilet paper was just a cover. There were only several rows of rolls found in the container. Operatives of the Southern Regional Command of the State Border Service of Ukraine prevented an ingenious attempt of smugglers to ship a huge party of contraband tobacco products. The contraband scheme was uncovered in a seaport in Odessa. In total, officers found in the container more than 1/3 packs of tobacco products worth over 12 million hryvnias, and this is just at Ukrainian prices. For example, in Tel Aviv, a pack of cigarettes of a famous brand starts from 35 shekels, approximately 300 hryvnias. By the way, this is not the first large consignment of such smuggling to Israel uncovered by the border guards. At the end of last year, the culprits were already trying to send cigarettes worth 500,000 hryvnias from Odessa in a very clever and creative way, namely inside disposable grills used in kitchens and on barbecues. We wonder what the tobacco smugglers will come up with the next time. This day at the Krakovets checkpoint in the Lviv Oblast got quite a dynamic start. What happened there simply topped all other incidents. Indeed, a passenger car coming from Poland literally burst into Ukrainian territory at a breakneck speed. The Ukrainian border guards are not yet aware of any reasons this unfortunate driver had to undertake such an extreme driving stunt. In any case, as many as 2 demolished barriers, punctured tires, and a disfigured car have yet to be explained. The detainee was a citizen of Germany, born in 1979. Given his condition, there is reason to believe that he was intoxicated, either under the influence of alcohol or drugs. He was detained without much hassle. The gates at the border crossing were closed to stop the vehicle, which ran over special metal spikes that punctured the tires. Astonished eyewitnesses saw how the border guard response team, together with the National Police Unit, removed the driver from the vehicle and took him away into the service building. We're taking measures to clarify the circumstances of this incident. In the next program, Rapid Trident 2018, for the first time, Ukrainian border guards were invited to participate in a large-scale international exercise. New smuggling fashion, the haute couture show right at the checkpoint.